Woohoo. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening, everyone. If you're just joining, good evening. How are you? And welcome. Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you see my ugly face? If you can hear me, let me just know in the comment section, please, so I would know we're set and we can start moving. Please use the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you hear me, please? Let me know. Good evening, Yusra. How are you doing? And thank you for joining us. I believe. Good evening, Fat. Oh, that's good. That's really, really good. So, at this point, I think we're just going to make it as quick as possible. No African time, so I don't think we want to start waiting for orders, which means we will go straight into it. Okay, thank you very much for replying. Now I know you guys can hear me. Thank you, thank you. Nago the query. Gracias. Shukran. What else? Esheon. Um, Kamsamida. Which other language? Well, sorry, I tend to pick, I can speak five languages and I know a bit of vocabularies from some other languages. So I tend to speak that way. So this is 8:33 p.m. Good evening, Aisha, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yes, so we would not be waiting for others. Whoever is joining at a point that feels convenient for them. So yeah, merci. That's French. Thank you. So I would like to present my slide and talk from there. So yeah, let me get straight into it. Let me see. How can I share? Okay. Can you see my screen, please? If you can see my screen, let me know so that. Okay. So I'm coming. I'm trying to share my screen, please. You can't see it yet. Okay. Don't worry. We're coming in few. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it done here and get straight into it. Share screen. I'm trying to select a tab. Windows. Okay, now let me just do full screen. Right. I believe my screen is being shared right now. Yes. So let's get straight into it. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about the 9 essential steps to writing a successful business plan. However, on this end, it's feeling like I'm having a big issue with sharing my screen and everything is looking somehow. So I guess I'll just stop sharing and I'll provide the slide after the discussion. So today we're talking about business plan, and I have actually penned down nine different ways or steps to which you can actually write a very, very good business plan. However, before we go into steps into writing a business plan, good evening, Ades channel. Good evening, Fatia. Good evening, Aisha. Good evening, Smart Success. Good evening, Yusra, and thank you very, very much for joining. Good evening to the other guys too. You haven't commented, that's why I cannot, or I cannot see or mention your name. However, good evening and thank you for joining us. So today let's talk about something that is very, very important, right? Which is a business plan. I know many times we've talked about, you've heard about business plan, you need to write one. However, many of us business owners just feel like, why do I really need a business plan when I can just gather the money I want, get the items I want to, get, put them on my WhatsApp status or, market them to Instagram. And at the end of the day, I'm making sales. Why exactly do I now need a business plan? I know that's one thing many of us, usually think about or something. Then it becomes a problem when they now tell us, okay, if you want to get this grant or if you want to access this money, submit a business plan. That's where the problem starts. In many cases, some of us just go online, find business plans. Before, I think this is what I used to do one time. So I remember one time when I wanted to request for grant from somewhere for a business, and I was told to get a business plan. What I just did was type into the Google search box, so business plan for this business, the template downloadable. So it brought out, obviously there were many people that had written business plans and they uploaded online. So I got that business plan that I needed. However, when I looked at it, I was so happy because obviously it talked about everything I wanted to do. It touched almost every angle. And the next thing I did was just to submit it straight up. I did some editing, obviously, put my business name, ensured everything was just in line with what I wanted, and I submitted. At the end of the day, I did not get the grant because the business plan was okay. Maybe it might be solid for the person that actually uploaded it, but it wasn't solid for what I wanted it to do for me because it did not show a lot of prospect. So, what is a business plan per se? A business plan is a document that actually outlines the details, like all of the details of a business. Now, the products, the services, the leadership, the staffing, the management, everything about a business, it is actually the business plan that outlines these things. So if you are a business owner and you are the CEO, you are the all in all, it's normal. However, you still need a business plan. Now, you can need a business plan for two reasons. For you as a person, your business plan should actually show you where you want to go, how you want to get there, and a lot more. So your business plan should actually contain your projection, like, okay, this is where I want my business to be in the next 5 years, and this is what my business should be raking in for me within this year. And also, your business plan can actually be a document that allows you to access grants. So if you, aside the fact that yes, you know how well your business is doing, which means at this point in time, you now want to expand your business, but you do not have the fund or the financial capacity to expand it. So you need funds. So when let's say you come to me now as an investor to say, you want a business plan. Oh, sorry, you want funds. I cannot just say I want to give you my money. Well, yes, you are the CEO of what should I call it? On the crown couture or couture, whatever you call it. So you are into fashion designs. Yes, you can sew clothes. You're better than your me casual. So how can you show me that if I should put in my money in this business, I will get my own profit? And how can you show me that if I should put in my money inside this business, you have a plan, you have, that foresight, you have what it takes to actually be able to multiply my money. So I would get my profit, and at the same time, you would get your own profit, and your business would profit the whole, let's say the whole country, so that at least you are improving the GDP of the country. So good evening, everyone, and welcome once again. Amin Aisha, welcome. Fatia Adibisi, welcome. Welcome, Balkis. Thank you very much for joining us. So writing a business plan is actually very, very crucial and important for you in many ways because it includes strategic planning. So, for you as a person now, the moment you're writing a business plan, you're understanding that yes, you are being strategic with what you are doing. So, you're not the kind of person who just wakes up today and say, my business needs this. So, I'm going into this. Or today you are selling clothes, tomorrow you are selling fish, the day after you are into poultry, next week you are telling us that okay, you are selling food online, let us order. It does not really make sense. So a business plan, you can actually have a business plan, like let's say a company that has other conglomerates that would have different things doing. but your business plan should actually show us the way of your business and a whole lot of things that you want to do. So I'm sorry again for not projecting. The network was not really doing itself well. So we'll dive into it. So there are two major formats for business plan to write a business plan. These are the traditional format and the lean business plan. So the traditional business plan is actually a very, very big document that contains a whole lot of things about your business. It contains everything about your business, and it is even very, very common. And it has multiple and different pages. However, the lean business plan, just like it is said, lean, small, tiny, slim, or whatever, it actually contains, it can be just a one-page document or few, let's say, between 2 to 7 pages documents. At times, it can actually get to 15 for those who have a whole lot to write. So, and there is this thing about business plan writing. The first thing is this. You cannot just say you want to write a business plan because you are the CEO of Abike Couture. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry if anyone is Abike. I would have to explain that. So let's say you're the CEO of Emeka Goods and whatever, you need a business plan. So the first thing to do is this. Just like before you started that business, for many of us, I want to believe we are, individuals who understand the market theory and all. We're entrepreneurs, so that means we have quite a bit of knowledge about some things, which means the first thing, right? If you want to write a business plan, the first thing to do is to know your audience. Now, they tell you before you start a business, know your audience, right? It is very, very important because everybody that wants to look at your business plan, especially investors, the first thing I want to know before I invest in your business is to see that, yes, you have a business plan that actually tells me how much you know your audience. So you should not be the kind of person who your business plan is unable to elucidate or explain to me who your audience are, what they do, where they live, the kind of work they do, all of these things. When you know your audience, that's one of the first things that investors actually look out for in your business plan. So they tend to understand that, yes, this person actually knows what he or she is doing. So the CEO of whatever services knows what he or she is doing. So the next thing is this: have a clear goal. I know many of us will just be like, my business this year, I am selling fish, or I own, like, is it an e-restaurant or what do you call it? You can order from home, yes. So you just be like, my goal this year is to make 3 million naira, right? Oh, I just want to make money. Yes, I am in my 20s. I don't have money. Sapa is dealing with me left and right. You just want to make money. No, right? In your mind, you can tell yourself that, even though it is wrong, you can tell yourself that I want to make money, right? Nobody would kill you, nobody would do anything to you because it doesn't even affect you. However, it starts to affect you the moment you are putting it into writing and you want to get grants. Let's say from someone like me, if I'm a venture capitalist, your goals need to be well spelled out, and they're very, very important. They need to be very, very clear. And the reason why they should be clear is this: you as a person, you must understand that putting numbers to this, and this is something that someone very, very dear to me, my mom would always tell me, put a number to it. If I should tell her, okay, we want to do this, she'll tell you, put a date. Put a date, put a number, and let us know how we can reach our milestones, because it is those numbers that actually make you understand that, yes, I've reached a certain milestone. So now let's say from your business, you actually want to make 3 million naira in a year. The first thing you want to understand is set that milestone, break it down, 3 million, and there are 4 quarters in a year, right? Or you want to break it down, or let's say for 4 months each, that's three. So that means in the first 4 months of the year, you need to make 1 million, the next one, another 1 million, the last one, another 1 million. So after the first 4 months, if you're unable to make 1 million naira, you understand that you're not hitting your goals, right? And use the smart strategy in setting your business goal, which is the smart ones, um, smart goals. Do I need to? Okay, no, I'm not going there. We have a lot to do. So another thing to understand is invest time in research. If you want to write a business plan, you must invest your time into making research. Thank you very much, Fatia, for you know taking notes of that. You must invest your time in research. It is very, very important. Don't just say, I want to sell clothes. Do I need to make any research? Do I need to do this? No. Now, imagine a situation where you want to pitch your business to someone, and the first thing you want to tell him is, I'm selling clothes. Mhm. Yeah, as an entrepreneur, the saying is very, very important that you are solving a problem. So, what problem are you solving? And how do you know that you're solving a problem? So, now let's say there's a clothing problem in the whole world. Let's say the cosmetics industry, for instance. I just did a research recently about the cosmetics industry, and it was one of the largest growing industries in China last year. So, as of last year, the cosmetics industry in China actually raked in around $73 million into the economy. Now, one of the things to understand in that is that, okay, the cosmetic industry is a thriving one. That means there is a need. People actually want to look more beautiful. People are investing a whole lot into cosmetics. So, which means if I have a product that can actually rival those ones that are already in market, I have a very, very good chance of selling, of upscaling my business, right? So, that is why you need to invest your time into research. If you are selling food, the first thing you want to do is to actually make research. Now, researching is not just about what you can do, but what is already in the market. For instance, who are those that are already cooking in my environment? I know that Unilever, as an example, because obviously it's close to me here, we have many people who are selling spaghetti, Totorini, Yamarita, all of that and that. And we also have item 7 outside the school, alongside other restaurants and eateries. So the first thing you want to do is, okay, understand that item 7 is one of the biggest, businesses out there when it comes to cooking. Do you want to rival item 7? Obviously, no, because you do not have the funds to go into that. Then the next thing you want to think about is, okay, who can I now rest to? That means I want to, compete with, let's say, Emirate Kitchen, which is a friend. So be like, okay, now that I want to, compete with Emirate Kitchen, what are the strengths of Emirate Kitchen? How is she doing her business? What can I do that would separate me or make me better than her? Which means you have to research a whole lot. So you don't just go into the market because you want to go into it. A whole lot of people are selling products, and I think this is one wrong thing we used to do as Nigerians. So someone tells you, I'm into this market, I'm into affiliate marketing, and it is selling, so I have money. And the next thing you want to do is, affiliate marketing, they say it is making money, you're going there. The next week, someone comes again and tells you, I'm making a whole lot of money from graphics design. And the next thing you want to do is next week too, you're going into graphics design. Believe me, it does not make any sense for you at all because at the end of the day, you end up frustrated. So the next thing is this. For you, if you want to write a business plan, you need to learn to keep it short and straight to the point. There's this thing we learned in JNS, which was KISS. Keep it short and simple. So if you're writing a business plan, ensure to keep it short, simple, and straight to the point. I'm so sorry for the breaking connection. So now, the last thing when you're writing a business plan, these are just tips actually. We haven't gotten straight into writing that business plan. Keep the tone, the style, and the voice consistent. So do not let it sound like in your executive summary, it is Chat GPT that wrote it. Then in the next session, it is you that wrote it. Then in the next one, it is sounding like something that you copied from somewhere. No. Ensure the tone, the style, and everything you're using is very, very consistent. Those are very, very, very important in writing a business plan, especially if you are pitching to someone. So before we go straight into writing a business plan, let me just dive in straight to one of those few things that are very, very important. And these are common mistakes that we make when writing a business plan. Sorry if we are if you're with me, please let me just know in the comment section so that I would know if I'm not losing anyone or we're together. Please let me know in the comment section, please. You can reply with any emoji of your choice or just say something, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section if you're with us. Thank you. All right, yes, make research, make research. Wasila, thank you for that. So the next thing we want to talk about is the common mistakes we make when writing a business plan. One of those common mistakes that people make is that you write a business plan without putting an exit strategy, especially for investors. Now, if you're writing it for your own consumption, this is not a problem. But if you're writing it because you want to pitch to an investor, you need to put an exit strategy, which is if I invest into this business, within how many months will I get my ROI? And how can I live? Will I be able to reinvest? Will I be able to get the whole of my money? You see, there's something about this exit strategy. It allows the investor to actually think very, very well and understand if you know that business is what they want to invest in. So the moment you tell them, okay, in the next 6 months, you'll be making so amount of profit per month, and let's say the profit margin actually makes sense to them, the next thing they want to do or they want to see is that, okay, if this profit margin makes sense, do I leave? Do I get all of my money back with the profit, or do I reinvest? Now, there are times when if they should take back their money at that period in time, if it's going to hurt your business, a very good investor would not want to do that, right? However, some bad investors will just be like, yeah, well, it's none of my business. I've gotten, the profit margin, and they will just do whatever it is they want to do. However, some investors will just look at you like, okay, you see, this point that this person is making, I don't think it makes sense for me. There's no way for me to recover my money, and there's a possibility that this person wants to dupe me, right? So they go out of it. Another thing is, when you are missing the financial projections, and this is one thing I know many of us fought at. I used to dislike it at one point too. I will not lie to you. So at that point, I would always be like, if I want to write a business plan, I enjoy writing a business plan from the beginning, the executive summary, the SWOT analysis, and the rest. But when it comes to financial projection, I always find it difficult because at times, what it shows is that you as a person, you have not understood your business at all. You have not understood your business in any way. So let's say you as a person now, you start, I don't know, you start selling clothes because it's one thing that is very, very common amongst us, clothes or shoes. So if you're selling shoes, one of the things you want to note is that how much are you going to make in a month? How much are you going to make in a year? How much are you going to make in 5 years? So you should be able to project. Now, if you as a person does not know, you do not know how much you want to make in a month. Now, let's say you're coming to me as an investor, you're telling me to invest 1 million naira in your shoe business. If you cannot tell me how much you will be making in a year, for me to know how exactly I'm going to recuperate my own 1 million naira at the end of the year, that means there's a big problem, right? So financial projection is more like, okay, if your business is already in existence, how far have you gone? What are you doing? And how is it going to help you? So let's say you that means you know your finances, you're bringing up your cash book and the rest. You're showing us that this is how much I have made in the last 3 months. This is how much I have made in the last 4 months. However, I believe that in the last 4 months, I have made this amount because I have not been investing in marketing. I've just been doing just one particular type of marketing. But if I should invest, let's say in digital marketing and in, let's say influencer marketing, I should be able to make times three of this. So that financial projection actually helps us to understand that yes, this business is very, very strong financially, or this business will fold up in time. So it is very, very important that you avoid that mistake of missing out on your financial projection. So just be like, I am a content writer, I don't like mathematics, I'm not an accountant, so I don't want to do that. It is very, very wrong for you. So the next thing you want to avoid is spelling and grammar errors. And I think this is one thing I don't really need to dwell much upon, right? So as a person, please, if you are the kind of person that cannot construct simple sentence, pay someone to do it for you. Don't sit down and write a business plan and it is filled with too many errors and grammatical mistakes. If you must or if you should, you want to write a business plan and you're that kind of person, please pay someone. Pending the time you're actually able to, probably go and learn and, brush up your skills and all. English is our official language, right? English is the language of many investors that you want to talk to. I don't know, you might want to talk to Spanish investors or those from China and probably present to them using their language. Or you might want to talk to Yoruba investors, and I've never seen anyone write a business plan in Yoruba language. But you must ensure that your business plan is actually, devoid of grammatical errors, right? So let's now go straight into the business of the day. I wish I was projecting because so that you can see. However, it makes sense at this point because all you need to do is, grab your bio and your pen and your booklet and do something. So the first thing is this: when you're writing a business plan, the front page should actually have, the name of your company, the contact address, the name of, you, the CEO or the founder of that company, and your address, phone number, and email. Now, the next page should have your executive summary. Let's forget about table of contents. I might actually be dropping a format, a template actually for a business plan. So the next thing is you want to write an executive summary. So an executive summary is actually the one of the very, very important parts of a business plan. It is the first thing that every investor sees when they check your business plan. So your executive summary has to be very, very well done and detailed. So it should contain the concept of your business, the goals of your business, the product description, the target market, the marketing strategy, the current and projected financial state, the tasks, of the company itself, and the team involved. And your executive summary should not be more than one page. At times, some people will tell you 2 pages, but it should not be more than one page. Now, and if you've seen that everything that is listed that it should contain, right, actually means you should have everything. Your executive summary should tell everything about your business. So now let's look at something like Know to Grow is a community of online learners that is aimed at ensuring that everybody, is able to maximize their potential. That's one. Know to Go operates digitally via on WhatsApp, YouTube. This is two. Know to Go as a community manager, a founder, and they work interchangeably. They have a social media manager. That is three. Know to Go as competitors like this, schools and all. That's another point. So like that. Let's say Know to Go is not for profit right now. So Know to Go is not making any money. However, if your own business is making money now, let's say Kiniko thrift stores is actually at the point where currently we are earning 2 million naira per week, and with appropriate investment, we want to move it to this, like let's say 10 million naira per month and all. So this is actually what your executive summary should contain. Your executive summary should contain everything about your business in simple and concise manner, which means if you passed summary very, very well in English back in secondary school, writing an executive summary should not be a problem. So it is more like a summary of every other session of your business plan. So the next thing you want to do after the executive summary is to describe your company. Remember, we're talking about 9 steps to which you can actually create that business plan. The first one is to draft an executive summary. Thank you very much, Joshua. I can see you're following, and well, others, thank you for being with us too. Obviously, I know you're following, but please let's use the chat box often so that I would know that I am not, losing or missing anything. And if there's a point you need me to clarify, please use the comment section so that I can easily go back to it. Thank you very much. So the first step that I talked about is to draft an executive summary. And the next one is to describe your company. So your company description should actually indicate your business structure, the way it is structured, the model, the business model, the model by which it is running, the industry it is. Is it education? Is it medical or health? Is it manufacturing? Is it agriculture? Then the vision of your business, the vision, the mission statement, the values, the background, the objectives, and the team involved. So you see, if you look at this point, it is actually something that we kind of said you should touch in your executive summary, because the executive summary comprises of a touch of everything from other sections. So now describe your company. Talk about who your business is accountable to and create a mission and vision statement. If you are a one-man company, of course your business is accountable to just yourself. However, it is bad for it to be a one-man company. Always note that. Only you cannot run everything. You cannot be, or you should not be the social media manager. You should not be the content creator. Well, but that's the funny thing. That's the state we find ourselves, right? Many of us are just everything, the alpha and the all in the business. But if you have, you're requesting for grants, your team actually means a lot. Many investors actually want to see that, yes, you have a team and they're a team of people that knows what they are doing. So you cannot tell me you want to build an app now and you do not even have a team for it, or you are the front end designer, you are the back end designer, you are, come on, you cannot be everything. So you need a team, and it is in the description of your company that these people are able, you let your investors, they are able to tell that, okay, this is actually what this company is. So by looking at your team, by looking at your background, by looking at your objectives and every other thing, they're able to tell that yes, this company would actually do well and will not fold up in, let's say, 3-4 months like other companies. So the third thing is this: perform a market analysis. Perform a market analysis. I always say market research and analysis is very, very important. In my own 300 or 400 level in school, I think it was 300, we decided, me and some friends of mine, we decided that we want to start a business. We called it Code Enterprise, and we were selling fura during the Muslim fast Ramadan in University of Ilorin. And one thing I can say is that period, although sincerely, I did not write a business plan. Like, I did not write it out. But we sat down, and every element of a business plan was actually what we noted down while discussing. So we did our market research. And one of the things we did was to say, okay, what is that demography of people that actually take fura? So we cannot just go to the market and say we want to start selling fura. Doesn't make sense. We have people like Abib Yogurt and the rest that are selling fura also. So who are those that are going to buy Fura from us? Unilearning actually has students that are of northern origin. So one of the things we said was, okay, these people are our target market. Ilorin people are also known to consume Fura, and University of Ilorin actually has a whole lot of people from Ilorin, which makes it make more sense. Like, okay, we actually have our target audience in school. So your market research should actually contain the overview of the size of your potential market. When we looked at it, although we did not have an actual number, but we were able to actually say something like, okay, in Unilearning, the percentage of students from northern Nigeria should actually be more than 10%. So, and the percentage of people from Ilorin should actually be more than 20%, which means we have 30% of the population of, the school being our target market. And our product actually wants to serve just that 30%. We're not looking at serving everybody. And that is one thing your business plan should do, or you as a business, you should note. You are not serving everybody. It is not everybody that is your customer. It is not everybody that is your target audience. So you cannot tell me now that you want to start selling bag. So because you want to start selling bag and people use bags, so everybody that is in your state must actually buy bags from you. No, you're very, very wrong. Well, I'm trying to tell you, you're very, very young. The market is actually very, very harsh. When you get in there, you would learn. But please understand that it is not everybody that is your market or your target market or customer. And it is in this session that you actually do a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, is more like a comparative overview of what you are capable of doing, what is there that is a threat to you, the opportunities that you're going to, the window of opportunities you can probably leverage on and get to that market, and your weaknesses too. So when we talk about your strengths, many times, well, I remember the first time I saw SWOT analysis and I saw strength, and I'm like, I'm actually powerful. But then SWOT analysis is more than that, right? And I believe many of us would know. But at this point, if we don't know it, SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Now, for your strengths, let's say for most of us in this age, one of our strengths would actually be our ability to, digital marketing, our ability to market online, content. I know many of us are content creators. You can be a graphics designer, you can be a content writer. Many times you might just be, okay, that's our strength. Now, our weaknesses. In many cases, we always feel like, I don't have any weaknesses. I'm a strong person. No, the truth is, in many cases, we actually have weaknesses. Now, for instance, let's say I want to, as a person, I am an entrepreneur. I'm a poultry farmer. That's actually I have a strength in that area. So now, let's say the first time I want to start poultry, and I'm like, I don't have a weakness. That's a lie because it's my first time of going into that business, which means no matter how much knowledge I've gained from reading and all, I really still, I'm still shaky because there are many people in that market before me. However, how do you turn that strength into weakness? So when you're writing this part, after you highlight your strength, right, and you're about to come up with your weakness, understand that what is supposed to be in that business plan is not just that your weakness is there forever. Your weakness is not there forever. You must show us that yes, you have a weakness and you are working actively. Now, as a person, oftentimes when they ask me what's your weakness, maybe during interviews or anything, I say, well, this is my weakness. However, I'm the kind of person who likes to turn my weakness into strength. So this is how I'm working to ensure that yes, I overcome this weakness. So when you're writing, let's say one of the popular weaknesses that you would always see in people's, business plan is that they are new in the business. They are new in the business. So because you're new in the business, okay, this is what I want to do now. This is what I'm doing differently. Now you are referring back to your strength. Then the opportunities, like okay, the windows of opportunities. You can say, let's say You're different from your people because of the way you have branded yourself. You're different from other people because you are able to invest in marketing. You're different from other people because you are able to get investors on your side. These are your windows. These are the opportunities that are actually available for you to actually, do better than those who have been in the business before you. So the next thing you want to do, we've talked about executive summary, describe your company, perform a market analysis. That is actually SWOT analysis is under the market analysis, the way I actually put it, although you might want to treat it as a different thing, left to you. So the next thing you want to do is to outline your management and organization. Outline the management and organization. So you should know the legal structure of your business. We should know. So let us see the organizational charts. Let us see the organogram. How does information flow in the company? How does information flow in your company? This is something every investor wants to see. Nobody just wants to see that, yes, Aduke is the only person running it from A to Z. Aduke does not have anybody she's reporting to. Aduke is not accountable. That means Aduke can stand up one day and say, um, something is happening at home and I want to use the money from, let's say, this business. I just want to use it for something. I'm very, very sorry if my voice is very cracked and low. I've been unwell and I am finding it hard to get my usual vibe. So let's please flow with it. So the next thing is this: you want to list your product and your services. You know, in your executive summary, you actually told us a bit of your product, like, okay, this is what this company does. Look at how everything is making sense and following each other. After your executive summary has told us a whole lot about your company, the description of your company has actually told us, the physical location, how the company came to be, many things, and it has actually touched a bit of, your product. Then the next thing, your market analysis told us about, your target audience, what they are doing, how you can get to them, and all. So the next thing you also want to talk about is you've talked about the management and how everybody is making it together to make this business a success. The next thing is to list your product and services. So what is your product? Your key product and services. Now, one thing I always tell people whenever I talk about this is that if you as a person, a business owner, the moment you are listing your product and services, do not just list everything you're doing. It is okay to you are going to list them obviously, but after you list them, right, leave room for a new product you're about to launch. So, and any intellectual properties that you own and all. So at this point in time, they understand that yes, you have a product already, and this product is actually making a lot of money. It's getting you something, and there is the possibility that it actually gets them, your investors, their ROI. Now, the next thing is there is a new product also, and it has, the capacity or the ability to skyrocket your earnings. So every investor actually wants to see that, and they're very, very happy with it because, yeah, that means this person knows what he or she is doing, and this person is not just going to be a push away or a push over in that sector. Thank you. Wow, the network is glitching. Can you let me know in the comment section if the network is still doing anyhow? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section. Just use any emoji of your choice, please. Uh, well, I don't know if it's your network, please. Oh, she's the only one. Okay. All right. All right. So sorry about that, please. So sorry about that. Then the next thing you want to do, I'm trying as much as possible to, it has a little wahala. All right, so sorry about that. I'm trying as much as possible to get this done quickly because I'm not feeling too well actually, and I need to rest. And our time also matters a lot. I was thinking we should be able to get done in 45 minutes, and yes, we're almost done. So the next thing you want to do is to perform a customer segmentation. A customer segmentation. And the first time I heard about this was 2, 3 years ago, right? Now I understand, the market research. Yeah, 30 seconds behind. Okay, sorry. I understand the market research and getting to know your customers, but it actually took me time to know about the customer segmentation, which can also be known as the buyer's persona, which means you must have. the details, like every details about your customer, because it is these details that actually helps you to make strategic decisions. For instance, my target audience or my customers are young people between the age of 18 to 30. Now, between the ages of 18 to 30, this age group of people can actually relate well with certain musics or songs. Now, I cannot say I want to use song as, let's say, a promotional material, and I'm getting songs from the 80s, 90s. I'm using somebody like Ebenezer Obey to market to these people. I'm sure many of them will just be looking at me like, does this person even know what he or she is doing? But imagine you're actually, trying to market something. Let's look at TikTok influencing, for instance. And the next thing you're bringing up your product, you're showing us your product, and you're using a song like yeah, 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 yeah. Everyone relates with Bonner, or you use one of those old tracks of Whiskey, the Lamide, and all like Omotosho or something. These people are able to relate well with it. So that means in the line of advertising your product, you're actually able to make use to make better strategic decisions that will bid well for your business. Now that means you're different from someone who just feels like music is music, so I'm using song from Ayla Mora. That person's decision might actually feel like, okay, it's fine now, it doesn't matter now. But at the end of the day, if let's say it has to do with sales, believe me, the person that actually did something that is more relatable with others will get it. Take for an instance, artists that have actually recognized this thing, and one of the current things they do is when they sing a new song, they try to pay TikTok influencers to influence it, just like the videos unavailable. I was singing this a song this afternoon, this so by Omale. I have never sat down to say I want to listen to that song. However, the second verse is actually something I can't sing. At least I can sing the whole of the second verse, not because of anything, but because TikTok influencers everywhere that song is there. So know your customers very, very well, and perform a customer segmentation. Know what actually works for the older generation, know what works for the younger generation. If you're serving that, the two markets, then find a way that when you're doing any form of promotion, you're actually promoting, something in a way that relates with both of them, or you're doing a targeted promotion, like, okay, this promotion at this time is targeted at just the old ones. Now, let's say you operate a kitchen. The next thing you want to do is, well, let's say you want to sell pap and moi moi. You understand that, yes, Saturday morning is the best time to actually promote it. Amongst which people? Is it among the older ones or the younger ones, right? Or on Saturday, the meal I actually want to promote is, let's say, bread and fish sauce. You should know the demographic that you are, also promoting that, because it is very, very key to your business success. So the next thing is to define a marketing plan. Thank you very much, Miriam, for that. At least it makes me know that all of us we are in sync and anybody is not lost because we're not leaving anyone behind. So the next thing I want to do is to define a marketing plan. The marketing plan should actually outline your current decisions and your future strategy. It should also focus on how they fit your ideal customers. So your marketing plan, and this is one thing many of us will know. Many of us will just feel like, marketing plan, I'll go and start, updating it on my WhatsApp status. WhatsApp, Balkis will always say WhatsApp is not reliable. It doesn't make sense. Although you might see it as a personal bias or something. However, the truth is many people have made millions from WhatsApp. Yes, many people have not been able to make anything from WhatsApp. True. But you as a person, because you have a business plan or because you're writing a business plan, you have to sit down and actually think about it very, very well. Like, how exactly am I going to market my business? Which medium do I want to use? What is the pricing? The pricing for my product? What is that product itself? How am I going to promote it? And which places? So you must give every details to this promotion. So, and you must understand the needs of your customers. You have many customers that, believe me, some people do not use Twitter, they do not use Facebook, they do not use Instagram, but they use WhatsApp. What exactly have you prepared for these people? What is your plan to serve that market? There are some people that they are not even on social media that much because obviously they know they're not looking for anything there. So how do you get to these people? That is where email marketing comes in. So you as a person, the moment you understand all of these customers, their unique needs, and that platform they are using, you are able to come up with a very, very good marketing plan that is all encompassing. So you might want to just do something like email marketing, and at the same time you're doing WhatsApp marketing, you're doing Twitter or Instagram, you're using Facebook ads and all. But if you're a new business that is just starting up, and now this is just a free advice coming from nowhere, focus on growing on one platform. Do not just think you want to do wuru to the answer on different platforms. You will get tired. Because now let's say you make a post. You did not do anything, but okay. So now let's say you made a post on different platforms, and all of them are getting bang engagement. And the next thing you're doing is you're finding it hard to keep up, right? So ensure you stick to a platform first. The moment you go viral on that platform, you're not able to replicate that energy on another platform, and you're able to maintain it well, and everything makes sense. Right. So the next thing you want to do is to provide a logistics, a logistics and operation plan. I'm very sorry about this. I'm not dragging in any way. I'm just saying at least you've been telling the truth for a long time, and it makes sense. So provide a logistics and operations plan. If your business is actually a clothing business, you are not producing these clothes yourself. Even if you are a fashion designer, you are not producing clothes yourself. You're buying materials. If you're in London, you're buying from a My Firma, you're buying from Mandate Market, you're buying from Ipata or anywhere, right? If you're in Lagos, you're buying your materials from, let's say, Oshodi, Super, you're buying from Idumota or anything. That logistics and operational plan is very, very important because it is what makes us understand your workflow. Investors want to understand your workflow. Investors want to know how your business is moving. Investors want to know, everything that is involved from the starting product or material to the finishing product. So that is one thing. Even you as a person, you cannot say you're cooking now and you're cooking rice and you're just focusing on the rice itself, like the rice that is made already. You're focusing on the fact that it is sweet, it is this, it is that, but you're not telling us that, okay, I'm getting my rice from Ipata, I'm getting the best quality rice, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. You see, your operational plan and your logistics plan, it is very, very important. In short, if anything at all, that you must ensure that you are always putting in your business plan, that operational plan matters because it is not just about the logistics, but also it covers the plan operations. Like, okay, this is your suppliers, the production, the facilities available, the equipment, the shipping, if possible, and the inventory. What do you have in stock? What is it that you do not have? What are the things that you always buy? And all, because these are the things investors look out for. And it's very, very funny how you see, if you're applying for grants, many times you think you have written a good business plan and investors will reject it. Investors are rejecting it not because of anything, but because they're not really seeing an in-depth analysis of what they are looking for. Now, let's say you wrote a business plan now and you've actually forgotten about your operational plan or your logistics plan. They see you as a magician because obviously that's what you want them to see you as, a magician. Like, what exactly are you doing? How do you want to get things done? You just want to move. Wow. For 5 minutes, for the 7 minutes already. Okay, so the last thing, which is the ninth one, it is make a financial plan. Make a financial plan. And this is one of the most important things if you're writing a business plan. Making a financial plan is very, very important because financial health is very, very necessary for the success of every business. So your income statement should be there, your balance sheet, your cash flow statement to show your revenue, your expenses, what you are spending on, the assets you have, your liabilities, and your cash flow. These are very, very important because me as an investor, for instance, let's say I want to invest in your business, and the next thing you're telling me is, give me 1 million naira. Okay, I will give you 1 million naira, but what do you have on ground right now? Have you even started this business at all? What have you been able to make through this business? What are the assets you have? What are the liabilities? Are you going to be servicing these liabilities? Are these assets going to turn into liquid cash or something? These are the real things I want to know as an investor. So if your business plan does not capture a financial plan, believe me, it's a no, it's a zero, and even you yourself, you would not want to invest in that business. So to conclude, a business plan can actually help you to identify, your clear and deliberate next steps. Because if you look at everything we have been talking about since morning, you would see that it makes it easy for you to know the next step of your business. When you have a financial plan, when you have a marketing plan, and something is not working, you're able to go back and see, like, okay, this is what is not making it to work. This is why I am here. This is the point I am. Through your financial projection, you should be able to tell that is my business succeeding or not. So let's say you're selling pure water, your business, you want to go into pure water business. And on a norm, people around you are selling, let's say, 3 bags of pure water per day. You are going into that business too, and you're thinking, okay, probably because you are better with marketing and all, you should be able to sell 5 bags. So that means you're making your financial projection or plans based on 5 bags of pure water. So the next thing you want to do is, okay, these 5 bags of pure water, how long will it take me to sell them? So let's say in a week, you say 5 bags, that means you're making, let's say, 1,500 naira. But after like 4 months, you now notice that in a week, oh, you're not actually able to make that 1,500 naira, but you're making 800 naira. So it means you have to go back and see what exactly have you not been implementing, or how exactly have you been implementing this that is not making you get your desired result. So that is one of the major reasons why you need to write a business plan. So we've come to the end of how to create a compelling business plan. I assure you, I would provide the slides. Yeah, provide the slides in the Know to Go WhatsApp community immediately after the end of this. And yes, I would also provide a template for business plan for those who want to write a business plan. You can message me and I'll provide it for you. So thank you very, very, very much. If there's any question, please, I would like to take them. Questions, please. You can type your questions in the comment section, please. I'll see them and I will reply immediately. All right, please. You sure? Okay, I am waiting for your question. Thank you. This is 52 minutes, and I would like us to be done, if possible, before the 1 hour mark. Yes, can you get investors for a business that has not launched? Yes, it is possible to get an investor for a business that is yet to launch. However, you have to do as much as possible work in your financial plan. And this is because that is the most important aspect for every investor that actually wants to invest in a business that is yet to launch. Now, your executive summary covers a lot. The at least for a company that is yet to launch, the company description, the organogram, how all of these things will run matters a whole lot too. But you see, that financial projection is actually what everybody wants to see. So let's say you're saying your business is yet to launch because you do not have funds. Now, if you launch that business, you need to be able to show me that that business has the capacity or the ability to grant me a desirable ROI and gives you something too as the owner of the business. Let's say, for instance, you want to establish a school. You want to establish a school in an area where there are no students. Well, sorry, there are few schools. So you're saying, okay, this school, because there is no school in this area that I want to establish my school, there is that chance of me getting around 100 students. So if I get 100 students and I'm charging this amount as school fees, that means I'll be able to get this in a time. A time is 3 months. That means in a session I'll be able to get this amount, which is 3 times. That means at the end of this session, I should be able to pay you, my investor, so amount as profit. And let's say in 2 3 years time, I should be able to gather this amount of profit and also set aside this amount for your own capital, which means I should be able to pay back your money as an investor in just 5 years. So that means your financial plan is actually that thing that is able to convince such a person to invest in your business. So if you are saying, okay, for a business that is yet to launch, you need an investor, ensure you work thoroughly on your financial plan, because that is what matters the most. Your financial plan, your marketing plan, because obviously there's no finance without marketing, and marketing matters a whole lot. I hope I've been able to answer your question. And from the look of things, it looks like the network is lagging, kind of. So please, if you have gotten that, kindly indicate in the comment section. And if there is any other question, please let us take it before we call it a day. Okay. I don't know if the network is still lagging. However, if there are additional questions, please, you can just go on the community, the Know to Grow community on WhatsApp, drop your questions, and I will be sure to answer them. Thank you very, very much for coming. Watch out for more trainings, watch out for more sessions, watch out for more educating materials and all from the Know to Grow community. I remain my humble self, Ghazali Abdulmuiz Omotoyosi, and thank you for joining us. And good night, everyone.